So pop, lock, and drop it. Go for it.
I was thinking about Pop Rocks, dude.
Oh, no.
Come closer. We can get really close with this lens.
Say it again.
All right, so who am I here with today?
Christopher Hamburger.
And Christopher Hamburger, have you ever flown in FPV goggles before?
I must have, because I'm sure you made me do it, but I don't remember doing it. So it's been years.
Yes. It has been probably about 2 years since the last time that
Yeah.
you were in goggles. Is there anything that qualifies you to be sitting in this seat right now?
I'm your friend. I put up with you and you put up with me. So, like, there's that.
Yep, I would say that's pretty qualified. And did you ever get made fun of as a kid for your last name being Hamburger?
We're going to talk about my trauma. That's what we're going to do right now. I didn't know I was signing up for that.
The answer is yes. Let's ask more questions and get into this.
Nice. I might need to move these in or out a little bit. How do I do that?
Yeah, there's if you go on the bottom of the goggles, there's little sliders.
Apparently I have eyes like Uma Thurman. They're really far apart.
Is that? I don't know who that is.
Kill Bill.
Which?
The main actress.
Gotcha. All right, let me know when you're ready.
Johnny, I'm never ready.
All right, we're going. And here we go. Whee!
This is your new small one, right?
Yep, this is the new one. We got it going. All right, Mr. Hamburger. Let's get into some questions. Also, is this not the coolest freaking playground you've ever seen in your entire life?
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Like, shout out to City of E-Town and the Oasis.
Yeah. And I'm totally not going to hop the fence in 5 minutes and play on the playground.
No, not at all. We would never do that.
Never. Nope. Not while the video's recording. Bro, that's sick. This is so, like, clear.
It's nuts. Also, my controller's jacked up, so we'll never land it for the second battery. Anyways, all right, let's get into it. So, Christopher, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Guatemala.
Guatemala. And so you claim you're Guatemalan, but you're white. So how does that work?
I was born there, so I'm a citizen. So 12 out of the 18 years of my childhood I spent down there. So I speak Spanish, and I have a lot better taste in food than most Americans.
Oh!
Well cultured. I actually have manners, you know, so.
Dang, shots fired. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is fantastic. So what was the switch like from going from living in Guatemala for most of your life to then coming to America? Like, what was the hardest adjustment that you had?
Well, you know, I didn't fit in there, and then I came here and realized I didn't fit in either. Could just be that I'm just weird. But the culture is really different, and while there's a lot of awesome and seriously amazing things about the U.S., I think we take it for granted here. You know, we take people for granted, we take money for granted, and I had to get used to not taking it personally when people weren't kind and polite. That was honestly the biggest thing. I'd hold the doors open for people and would be interrogated as why I would do that. Like, oh, you must be attracted. You want to, you know, have a relationship with that person because you hold the door open for them. It was weird.
Oh, in America that happened?
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And so, and I mean, it's not like you came to Kentucky first, right? So it wasn't like you were deep south, but you also weren't like somewhere that was like, you know, known for mean people. It was just, you were just more polite than everyone.
I guess, but I expected it to be politer in Kentucky because I mean, my dad's side of the family, they're all from New York, and I spent the summer there when I was 17 before moving to Kentucky, and Kentucky people aren't much nicer than New York people, honestly.
I mean, I can see that for sure.
If I turn my head while you turn, it's really trippy.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Do you feel like your head's moving while I'm flying? Like you're like looking up for things while I'm...
It's more fun.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
doing it right now.
All right, I'm gonna bring this in and we're gonna swap batteries real quick.
I'm looking at you.
Okay, so what's one unpopular opinion that you have?
Oh, goodness. Most of my opinions are unpopular.
Okay, or controversial.
Television shows are an absolute waste of time. They exist to tease you and make you watch more TV and become a lazy person.
Okay.
Yeah, people hate me for that.
Well, but I mean, I get it though.
Yeah, love movies, just not TV shows.
Oh, what is your all-time favorite movie?
Why do you have to ask hard questions? Probably.
Name of the game.
Yeah, probably The Fountain.
The Fountain. I still haven't seen that one.
Yeah, you're supposed to be my best friend.
I
So try to
mean,
figure that part out.
it's fine. It's fine. Oh, I haven't seen most of the movies that you've seen, anyways.
That's
so.
true.
I almost hit that fence. That was a little
I
terrifying.
heard it above my head. I almost went.
What is something in your life that you wish you would have said yes to more of?
Oh gosh. Arguing with people. I spent too much of my life just silently being cranky, and not that I wouldn't stand up for myself. I never would let myself necessarily be taken advantage of, but I believe in myself a whole lot more, and I'm realizing I do have a voice, and I could have actually helped some people out if I had given them advice versus keeping my mouth shut and just letting people do their own thing. You know, I don't know. Argue more. Might seem weird, but
No,
argue
but
more.
I mean, it makes sense. And I think that's an important thing, to where it's not just about, like, it's not arguing for the sake of arguing, but it is kind of like you said, sticking up for yourself, and you know, you've got value to add to people, and to make sure that you are adding that value when you can, and not just letting them walk all over you.
Preach.
So I get that for sure. Oh, that was Harry for a second. I didn't know which pole I was going to go through.
Harry Potter. So take him out.
Yeah, we don't. I didn't get to watch Harry Potter until I was like 21. I don't think. I think that was whenever I started.
I was 31, and I watched all of them back to back. Every single one was a mistake. So there's an unpopular opinion. Harry Potter sucks.
All right. Well, for everyone that just unsubscribed, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. That is too funny. So
I'm Slytherin, if you can't tell. Like, is that
see,
what it is? Slytherin. I'm slithering.
I think that's a snake. I'm a snake. Slytherin snake. Okay, so do you have any kids?
I have 2 children. Well, no, I have 3 children. My bad. Oops.
Oh,
I've got 3.
Edit that crap out. Sorry, Catherine.
I just got married 7 months ago. So I've got, I have 2 sons, and now I have a daughter.
What is your biggest piece of advice to me as someone who does not have children about raising children?
Raise your children to be the adults you want them to be. Don't treat them like kids. You know, they're kids right now. Be on their level, but always be mindful of, like, what kind of person am I making.
Ooh.
I think it's very easy to baby children when really kids are so capable. They're so smart, and they're capable of respect. They're capable of telling the truth off the bat. You just have to teach them that. Don't make excuses for your kids. You know, I've recently got married, and now I have a daughter. But for my boys, I always considered, you know, I'm raising decent, good men, and right now they're 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old.
You can keep talking. I'm gonna swap batteries while you talk.
Cool. No, that'd be my biggest advice. Don't baby your children. They're capable of learning everything.
I like that. I feel like it's one thing to just treat your kids like 100% like adults and treat them like crap, or like, you know, give them too many responsibilities or whatever, but I think it's also an idea of having, you're raising these kids and preparing them for their future and for their life, and it's not just something fun right now that you're getting to see with them. If that makes sense.
And you have to balance out, because there is a side of it where you are responsible for whether or not they turn out as piece of crap people. Like, you really are. But then there's another side of it where you can't control their decisions. So you do the best you can to let your children know what's right. Teach them what's right. Be an example of what's right. But you also got to let them choose. Because forcing someone to do what's right, that type of control. You're not teaching them anything. You want them to be good kids, be good adults, be good men, be good women, not act like good men and act like good women, you know?
Ooh, that's huge.
It's different.
Someone clip that.
Clip it.
Oh, I really like that. What is your craziest story from Guatemala? Like, what's something just absolutely wild that happened?
Oh gosh. There's probably crazier things, but I remember laying in bed at like 16 years old, so sick because of something I ate, and literally thinking to myself, like, goodbye world. Like, and down there it's a little bit different for medical care. So, yeah, I was convinced I was going to die that night.
That is wild.
Yeah. Other than that, you know, being, I don't know, one of maybe 3-4 families that I knew of in that city that were Caucasian was weird. So it's kind of like everywhere I went, you know, I knew what it was like to not be like everyone else. And it was weird always getting that type of not so great attention, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, because I'm guessing you did get a lot. I mean, being one of the only white dudes around, you probably did get a ton of attention. And then especially like with what your parents were doing and stuff down there, I'm sure that was definitely a huge thing.
Yeah, you never knew what to expect. You know, some people hate you because you're American and because you're Caucasian, and some people are curious, and some people are like, oh sweet, somebody different than me. Let's have a conversation and actually get to know each other without assuming I know everything about you.
Oh, that one, got really scared on that one.
Sorry, it was a really deep conversation.
No, it was good.
Oh, here's a controversial thought. You can be racist against white people. Trust me. 12 years of living in a different country, it can happen.
And what, did you all live in the mountains of Guatemala?
Yep. Yeah, we lived in the mountains.
And so it was pretty, it was desolate, right? Because, like, I don't know, I think of the mountains here, and, like, there's still, like, lots of cities in the mountains and stuff. But I feel like even whenever I was in Guatemala, there was, like, you went to the mountains and there was nothing.
Well, we were actually in the middle of almost like a C-shaped ring of mountains. So we were in the mountains, but we were in a city in there. So it was really cool. It was Quetzaltenango, it's the name of the city, or Quetzaltenango, with the accent, you know what I mean? But it was really well populated. I think it's the second, at the time at least, second most populated city in the country. So, I mean, it was a more contemporary area. You know, we weren't out in the boonies, we're out in the jungle. We did a lot of mission work out there because we were missionaries. But, you know, it was interesting because a lot of times people will meet you and they assume, okay, you're American, so you're probably smarter than me, you probably have more money than me, and either they treat you like you're better or they are angry at you because of that not being fair. But the funny part was being missionaries, you know, we usually didn't have any money.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty crazy. All right, we're going to land it down for one more battery. But, oh look, I threw that battery a little too far.
Why don't you ever land at my feet? You don't trust my feet?
No, because I can't reach all the way over there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could hit you in the chest with it and let you catch it, but...
Really?
Well, the issue is if you don't catch it, it could break.
Okay.
Not that it's that fragile, but it is pretty fragile.
You don't trust me?
Nope.
It's like a whole new type of trust fall.
I mean,
catch your
listen,
drone for you.
It's a very expensive trust fall if it does not happen. But isn't this bag dope? I mean, you can't see it right now, but for everyone else, this bag is the greatest thing I have.
Yeah, I can't see it.
I love this and how easy this is, and it makes the drone interviews go to where I can just keep flying.
Sponsored by this drone bag.
It's the Ethix Mr. Steel bag. I don't know what the name of it is called. Shout out to Demo FPV for sending it to me.
Oh, dang. I didn't realize I actually got hooked up with it.
Yeah, it's a buddy of mine. He flies FPV, and he was doing something nice for me, and he sent me this bag, which is awesome because I had been looking at it for like a couple weeks and just didn't buy it.
No, that's super cool.
So, all right. Okay, so we're on the last battery. Let's do some just quick things. Chick-fil-A or Cane's?
Oh, goodness gracious. Chick-fil-A, because sometimes you want a salad.
Okay, do you really?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Sometimes you want a salad, and Cane's doesn't have a salad option.
Okay, Coke or Pepsi?
Coke. Pepsi's disgusting.
All right. Let's see here. Pop or rock?
What?
Pop music or rock music?
Oh.
So pop, lock, and drop it. Go for it.
I was thinking about pop rocks, dude.
Oh, no.
I guess rock.
All right. Sweets or salty?
Salty, for sure.
Chocolate or candy? Like chocolate or like fruity?
Fruity, I guess.
Yeah, I mean like okay,
Fruity,
like Reese's or Skittles, like what?
Skizzles.
Okay. Let's
Taste
see
the
here.
rainbow, baby.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I don't actually know. Every
Okay.
time I think I know, I act differently. So
So I like to prove myself wrong all the
Exactly.
time.
all I like to be is wrong. I'm a wrong-trovert.
That's so funny.
I mean, technically though, you are an INFJ, so like,
Who knows what we are?
yeah.
I'm an
you-
extroverted, introverted extrovert.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Who? Okay. Photo or video?
Photo, definitely not video. Video's fun, video's cool, but photo, it's like you get that one still moment in time to tell a story. It's a lot more unforgiving.
Okay, hold up. We haven't even talked about this. You're film daddy. Talk about your film stuff, because the man is insane at film photography. I can't believe I didn't even bring this up earlier.
Yeah, no. Film photography is fun. I like the idea of having to create something not necessarily like straight out of camera, but you don't play around with it, you don't manipulate a photo, so you have to think about it. You can't really do too much on accident, and you can't say, "Oh, I'll fix it in post later." You be intentional, and it causes you to learn. So I like the habits that every photo costing me money gave me, and I like the amount of technical information I needed to learn to kind of maximize doing film photography. So yeah, it's expensive, but it's fun.
It's a freaking blast. And I mean, you're the one who got me into film photography, and
Because I'm old.
no,
I've been doing it so long.
no, but it was just so cool to learn, and like it is so unforgiving, and like you really have to be on stuff. But then like that whole waiting process of waiting like 2 or 3 weeks for your photos to get back to you is just such an amazing thing, because it's exciting. It's not that instant gratification, it's delayed gratification, and like you know, you don't know if you screwed something up until so much later, and it brings it can be frustrating, but it brings
Yeah.
excitement to it as well.
Yeah, it's different if you take a photo, you go home at night, and then like 6 hours later, you're like, "Oh man, I screwed that up." Then when you wait like 3 months for disappointment, like
Yeah.
it hits different.
It most definitely does.
Yeah, it hits different.
And so a little bit of backstory on me and Christopher. We met because we both had the exact same Mini Cooper.
Red.
Same year.
2006 Mini Cooper S.
Supercharged 6-speed. They were glorious. And
They were glorious.
ever since then, ever since we met for coffee to drive each other cars, we've been best friends ever since.
I know. But the cars are dead.
Yeah, but our friendship rises
Our
again.
friendship lives forever.
All right, well, that is it. That's all I got for you today, sir.
That was cool.
Do you enjoy flying?
Yes.
Do you feel sick at all?
No.
Yeah, I feel like this one isn't as, like, it's still agile, but it's not as crazy to make people sick. Like, and I'm also, I mean, I'm just not pushing it as hard.
You can push me as hard as you want. Not like that.